Driver on NASCAR's Busch Grand National Tour, continuing to chase point leader David Green through good luck and bad. In Nazareth, LaJoie beat Green to the checkered flag for his first ever Busch Series win. Then last week at Dover, LaJoie beat Ricky Craven for his second win in 3 races. Can his hot streak continue at South Boston today? South Boston, Virginia today plays host to the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series, the Winston Motorsports 300, live on TNN. Welcome to South Boston. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Joy. Randy LaJoie's hot streak continues. Today, he scored his first pole of the season and third of his Busch racing career. He is on a tear. And a young rookie driver is right alongside. There'll be some surprises in this race today. NASCAR dictated that the cars qualify on their race setup. After qualifying, all they could do was turn the jack screws, add fuel, and change air pressure. And Buddy Baker, that means this track and this race is really going to be an equalizer of setup and driver.
Well, Mike, unlike a lot of places where you have 2 or 3 days to get the car ready, here you have to come in one day, get the car ready, qualify, and go racing in the same day. And a lot of these guys, this is their local track where they cut their teeth in racing. I look for some of the guys that we hadn't heard of before leading this race before the day is over.
There'll be some new names at the front for sure. Let's have a look at today's AutoZone race analysis, brought to you by the more than 1,300 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, best parts in auto parts. 300 laps around this speedway is a distance of 120 miles, 28 qualifiers and 4 provisionals. Chad Little set the race record last year. The starting lineup: Randy LaJoie on the pole and 21-year-old Nathan Butke alongside David Green, the point leader, and Jason Keller. Jeff Fuller, best qualifying effort of the season. Jeff Purvis, Dick Trickle, runner-up at Charlotte, and Kevin LePage. Tommy Houston, a 3-time winner here, and Hermie Sadler, Mark Green, and Buckshot Jones, who was in the top 10 last year. Curtis Markham and Todd Bodine, row 7. Mike McLaughlin, Larry Pearson, row 8. Elliott Sadler and Doug Hebron. Chris Diamond and Mike Harmon. Tim Fito and Dennis Setzer, the 11th row. Glenn Allen and Randy Porter. Mike Dillon and Shane Hall. Jeff Green and Bobby Dotter. The provisionals: Phil Parsons and Chad Little. Rodney Combs and Bill Engel took the provisional spots. We'll be riding along with Phil Parsons in the Channel Lock Chevy, number 10. There's a look out the front windshield from inside. And a look out the back off the rear bumper in the license plate area. That camera's mounted, and the roof cam on Parsons' car. In one lap, we'll be racing. The Duralube entry for Dick Trickle. That's a Chevrolet. And there's a look out the right side door window. 2 laps and we'll get the green here. And a look out the rear window from right behind Trickle's seat. And the roof cam on the Duralube Chevy. A look at pre-race strategy. Randy Pemberton's on pit road for us today.
Well, there's already been some tire strategy going on today, and it happened during practice. It seemed that the tires were giving up at about 60 laps. Then there started to be some tire lobbying in the crew chief and drivers meeting. Some of the drivers were lobbying for an extra set. Originally, they were just going to give them 2 sets of tires today, ones that were on the car right now, plus 1 more under caution. NASCAR went and decided to go ahead and give them 1 more set. So they'll have 3 total. They can change all they want under green. But these drivers are going to be screaming for them at about 60 laps, but they need to make them run about 100 laps per set.
Thanks, Randy. The Busch point standings hits the halfway mark today. There's a cash bonus for the driver who leads here with the point lead. Will it be David Green or Randy LaJoie that takes that bonus money? Phil Parsons, 3rd. Todd Bodine, 4th. Curtis Markham, 5th. None of them were in the top 5 in the points 1 year ago. Topsy-turvy standings for the Busch Series this year. You ready to go racing?
Oh, boy, this is what it's all about. You see them coming down now. They're coming down for the green flag. You see them lined up. This is very crucial to get a good start. Here they come down.
And we're racing at South Boston, Virginia. Randy LaJoie jumps out with the lead, and David Green has the better of Nathan Butke for 2nd. Butke working the outside, and Jeff Fuller from 5th starting spot drops low. Dick Trickle you're watching as he chases Jason Keller. And, Buddy, it looks like the inside row is going to go.
Well, right now, while the tires are really working well, they can run the very low line around the racetrack. But as they go along, that outside is where you'll have to go because the tires won't hold you on the bottom.
The group will move up on this racetrack as the day goes along. Side by side for third place. Fuller. Eddie Lambertone taking over the engine program for number 47. Once again, trouble in turn 2. Elliott Sadler has spun around with Chris Diamond and Phil Parsons, who took a provisional to get in the field. That's his light blue car that spun to miss them.
See, Phil Parsons right in his car there and heading down the back straightaway. Everybody made it through there without getting any damage. All they did was spin around a little bit.
First caution of the day comes quickly here at South Boston, Virginia. There's the damage to Elliott Sadler's car. We'll be right back to Busch Racing Live on TNN.
A car engine has as little as 1/1000th of an inch of motor oil protecting its parts. But friction and heat can make motor oil become volatile and vaporize, weakening its ability to protect vital parts. Texaco Haviland Formula 3 is formulated to control volatility, fight vaporization, and provide complete engine protection, no matter what you drive.
Add more life to your car. Take it to the star.
A lot of folks in Johnson City, Tennessee will tell you when you need a part for your car, go to AutoZone. The parts are top quality, the prices are low, and the people are helpful, like Gary Jennings. You see, when it comes to auto parts, folks will tell you Gary really knows his stuff. Oh, sure, they know there are other parts stores in town, but when it comes to getting the right part, the right price, and good advice from folks like Gary, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
If it's Saturday night, it's steak night. That's just the way it's always been. And I always use my favorite steak sauce. It's tradition.
Excuse me?
What?
Yeah, sometimes I'm in the mood for something different.
Something rich, robust,
Something zesty.
hearty.
Delicious.
It's there, and it's great.
A steak sauce for me? Are you serious?
Can you do that?
Yeah, all right.
New A1 Thick and Hearty. Steak has never been done like this before.
Race fans, enter the Pocono Raceway Promotion Engine Treatment Fantasy Sweepstakes and have a chance to win trips for 2 to the July 21st Miller 500 at Pocono, the August 3rd Brickyard 400, and the 1997 Daytona 500, plus $5,000 in cash. To enter the sweepstakes and receive free Promotion Engine Treatment literature, call toll-free 1-800-800-0987 or send your name, address, and phone number on a 3x5 piece of paper to this address. For a complete set of rules and a free Pocono Raceway ticket brochure, call 1-800-RACEWAY.
Today's exclusive coverage of the Winston Motorsports 300 on TNN is brought to you by Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Controls volatility and fights vaporization. And by the more than 1,300 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts.
Caution waves here at South Boston Speedway. As you hear the spotter calling David Green and tell him it is no restart. Elliott Sadler came back out on track,
you don't know it.
dragging a bit of still sheet metal that they had to come in and rip off, and he'll make another pit stop to pull that away.
Boy, he got lucky there, Mike. Elliott Sadler, for the people that are pulling for him, he's got a fender that's dragging around the racetrack, and they need to cut it off. You can see it right behind the tire there. It's really out there, and they have to get into the pit to fix this. They started to drop the green, and now they stand back out. There's the debris on the racetrack that brought the yellow back out.
All right, let's show you what happened to Elliott Sadler as the official goes out to pick up that piece that dropped off his car coming off pit road. You're watching from Phil Parsons' in-car camera. Around he goes. And Phil spins to miss him.
Phil was very lucky there. He spun, and luckily nobody collected him up, and no harm to his car at all.
Except, let's hope he didn't flat spot his tires, because they will be allowed to change twice, but it would mean he'd have to go the distance on 2 sets. There's Sadler's car, the 21-year-old younger brother of Hermie Sadler.
You can see the nose there has wrinkled up. He got into the back of somebody. That's why he spun. Probably trying to check up, and that made the nose of the car dip way down. The back end got light, and around he went.
Sorting out the lineup here, Randy LaJoie, the pole sitter, is your leader. David Green, Jeff Fuller, Nathan Butke runs in 4th, Jason Keller in 5th. Caution light stays out as they set the field. Time now for our Pep Boys driver profile. It's Pep Boys for quality parts, tires, and service. Brother acts are commonplace in NASCAR racing. Add a new one to the list. The Sadlers. 21-year-old Elliott won 13 races, including 6 in a row en route to the South Boston Championship last year.
I want to make it in the Winston Cup. Of course, I want to pay my dues just like everybody else, and I don't want to go before I'm ready. One thing I heard Rick Hendricks say a couple years ago, you know, you only get one grand opening, so you better make it a good one. We're trying to set a deal right now for next year for the full Busch season. Try to run for Rookie of the Year. I'm going to run South Boston this weekend, and then run New Hampshire, and that's it for my 5 races this year. I might run some trucks or maybe some ARCA races, give me Speedway experience. But next year, looking for a full season for Rookie of the Year, and hey, we'll just see where it takes me. I'm just going to try to keep a cool head and listen to people, and that's worked so far. If I keep doing that, I think I'll have a good future in racing.
And that's today's Pep Boys driver profile. Set to go back to green.
Well, you see a single file there. That means that everybody's still in the same lap, and Randy LaJoie gets a good start here down the front straightaway.
Buddy, this single file restart will allow the teams to perhaps take a better assessment of how their car is working than how they were double filed up the first 4 laps of this race. Tommy Houston makes a move down to the inside into turn number 3. Thinks better of it, going for 6th place.
Right now, you see that's second place and first place in the national point standings. Randy LaJoie is second in point standing. Of course, David Green is in first place right now. And these guys, right now, the place to be on short track is out front. You can hardly hit anybody when you're out front.
Picking up right where they left off at Nazareth. Let's go to Randy Pemberton on pit road.
Well, just Mike McLaughlin hasn't had enough bad luck this season. A little right side damage to his Royal Oak Chevy, and he believes he might have a fender rub under race conditions. They're going to try and keep an eye on it, but as of right now, he believes he's okay.
McLaughlin is settled into line. Trouble in turn 4. Mike Dillon gets turned around, and Rodney Combs gets sent spinning. Shane Hall is the white car involved. No caution.
Shane Hall's going down the lap right now on the front straightaway. Here's the leaders get by him. That was unfortunate. It was one of those chain reaction things that just set up some of the cars getting a lap down in a hurry there.
Buddy, I love short track Busch racing. Myrtle Beach, Hickory, South Boston. This is where you see these cars beat and bang, and we can't show you every wreck, folks, because you just couldn't possibly keep up with them all.
Well, short track racing is the best in the world. I tell you what, you can spin, you don't hurt your tires that much because you're not running 150 miles an hour. So you can race your car, get back out there, and if you have a competitive car, get back in the lead lap at a pretty good clip here.
In the trenches, you're with Dick Trickle. Looking out the back window, that's Tommy Houston right behind him.
Boy, you can see these cars in the corners. They look very, very smooth until you look out the back window. Look how they're weaving in the corners, trying to get that ultimate bite to get off the corner.
The cars really slide here. You don't just drive a car here. You've really got to slide it to make it go.
Looks like a black snake going across the backyard in the corner.
17, 18 laps complete. LaJoie and Green are trying to step away from this field. Fuller is 3rd, Butkey is 4th, Keller is 5th, 6th is Dick Trickle, 7th Tommy Houston has a challenge from Jeff Purvis. And there they are. Also right in that battle, Kevin LePage, number 88.
You know, Kevin's got in the 88 car about 3 races back and has really run very, very well. They have to be proud of this race team because he has really brought it up to the front of the field now. And Kevin LePage, he said it's nice not to reach in your pocket and have to buy everything. It's nice to have a sponsorship and a good race car to drive.
In 4 races for the Riddling team, LePage, just to the right of your picture in that white car, the Farmer's Choice fertilizer machine, 2 top 10 finishes in his 4 starts with that team. Lapping has begun. The leaders have gone past Bill Engel, the former Winston Cup crew chief, present Winston Cup crew chief, excuse me, in the World Championship Wrestling car. 22 laps complete. Your leader, Randy LaJoie, and he has David Green right in his tire tracks. It's about a quarter straightaway back to Jeff Fuller in 3rd. We'll be right back with you at South Boston Speedway live.
If I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it. If I wasn't here, I wouldn't have believed it.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it.
These people just witnessed an amazing demonstration. We put this Duraloop treated engine through the ultimate torture test. We drained all the oil, all the water, then flooded it with a fire hose. It kept on running because Duraloop protects your engine like no other product can.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it myself.
Now let Duraloop make a believer out of you. Duraloop, peace of mind in a bottle.
Hey, is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it's my new Wagner power painter.
Well, can you edge with it?
Yeah, you can edge like this, or adjust it to control the paint up close. And when I'm done, I'm gonna switch nozzles and stain my deck. Do a lot of other jobs I've been meaning to do.
Well, does it clean up easy?
Yeah, it's quicker than you think.
Why am I painting this by hand?
Good question. Get a Wagner.
Enter the Performance Zone with Split-Fire Performance V spark plugs.
You hit your passing gear, you're gone.
Experts say Split-Fire Performance V spark plugs mean more horsepower and better mileage.
The difference in gas mileage has been fantastic.
Enter the Performance Zone only with Split-Fire Performance Vs, guaranteed. And now get triple platinum performance for the life of your car. New Split-Fire 3 spark plugs.
Now at Pep Boys, get a $5 rebate on all Raybestos Pro Stop lifetime brakes. Car, truck, import, or domestic. That's $5 back on Raybestos lifetime brakes. You'll never have to buy brakes again. Pep Boys, everything but gas.
Does your water smell like something else? Then you'd better call Rainsoft.
Welcome back to South Boston, Virginia. Phil Parsons spun in the front straightaway. Randy LaJoie lifted, and David Green was right on him.
David Green is a little bit quicker right now than Randy LaJoie up out the corner. Getting in, Randy seems to be able to hold his own, but David Green is really giving him a lot of heat now.
The spin did not produce a caution flag. There is the threat of thunder showers this afternoon, so NASCAR and Mason Day and the folks at the Speedway working hard to get past the halfway point before any strong chance of precipitation here. David Green looking to get past Randy LaJoie.
You know what? If he can just stay right where he's at, he's making Randy look up in the mirror. He says, yeah, I'm still here, and he's kind of giving him a little something to think about as they get into lap traffic. One mistake, and David Green will be in front.
He's there. He didn't need a mistake, and the lapped car of Bobby Dotter will serve as a pick. Randy LaJoie has led 4 straight races after leading only 2 of the season's first 8 events. How about that momentum, Randy?
You know, it was like the pressure was off your back, but then, you know, a lot of guys just win one and don't win the second one. So we won the second one and had a great race car at Dover, and we'll see if we get a couple more, because the momentum we're carrying, I can't see why we can't win a couple more.
Randy LaJoie, what a hot streak, buddy. When you're hot, you're hot.
Boy, momentum, you know, he's never won a race. He won a couple of weeks ago at Nazareth, and all of a sudden, he's a hot item. 2 out of 3 races he's won now, and 5th at Charlotte on the major speedway, so he's good everywhere.
You know, in the first 8 races, LaJoie only led a total of 4 laps. And going into today, he led 245 laps of those last 4 races. Mike Harmon from Alabama takes his car to the back pit area for a stop. They pit on both sides of the racetrack here. 20 on the front side and 12 in the back, based on qualifying. Or rather, based on point standing, excuse me.
That's Chris Diamond just in front of our lead cars there as they head down into the corner. Now, what you hope for is all the slow cars see you coming, or the lap over cars. There's no slow cars in this field. You have to be fast. Look at David Green trying to make a move on the inside of Randy LaJoie.
He has the room. Chris Diamond is the car ahead. David Green has position on the inside of LaJoie. Here comes Harmon out of the pits. They'll squeeze 3 wide out of turn 4, and Green has to drop in line. He lost his chance. The lap traffic will play a big part in this race, and that's brought, there's Jeff Fuller back into it, the 3rd place car. LaJoie drops underneath Diamond in turns 3 and 4, and flat tracks it off the corner. He can't get by.
Well, what Chris Diamond's trying is, he's trying to stay in the lead lap, but he's going to have to give up here in a second, because Randy LaJoie and these guys cannot wait forever for him to get out of the way.
And a little tap there to Diamond, who gets loose and squirreled up and up. Here come the leaders, and Green's on the bottom. Can he get LaJoie into turn one? I don't think so. They're going to come up on Bill Engel. Boy, the lap cars, this is like a chess game, and there's pawns all over the place.
Well, you can see Billy Engel do the hand signal, tell him to go on the outside, and Fuller's racing here hard, coming right up behind him.
Jeff Fuller dealing with traffic. He'll have to squeeze between Diamond and Engel. He does it. And here comes Jason Keller 3 wide with Butke. And Diamond, and around goes Engel. That's trouble for Keller.
Fuller spins also.
Fuller has left side damage to the Sunoco Chevy. Everybody else comes through, and this will bring out the second caution of the day. Lap traffic. Bill Engel and Chris Diamond, the catalyst for collision here. Engel has right side sheet metal damage, you see, to the rear end. Let's show you what happened.
Well, you see Fuller going on the outside. He and Billy Engel make contact there, and around goes Fuller, and the rest of them are just victims of the circumstances behind them.
Everyone else got through without incident. Let's show you what Dick Trickle saw in the Duraloop Chevy.
Wowee. Where would you go, folks? To the high side.
Gets to be a very narrow racetrack at that point. You saw Hermie Sadler go past. So we're under caution for the second time today at lap 45 at South Boston, Virginia. Hope you're enjoying the day with us here on TNN.
You see the NASCAR fan that is really committed.
They'll be sitting in the grandstands probably at 7 o'clock in the morning, even if it's pouring down raining. They'll drive 6 hours to meet you for 2 minutes.
Well, the word I think that sticks out in my mind is loyal.
When they go to the grocery store, you know, they look for the products that sponsor race cars.
Loyalty is what a NASCAR fan is all about.
NASCAR fans, it's true. You're the best in all of sports.
There's no place I'd rather be.
Goodyear AquaTread revolutionized wet traction design. Now Goodyear introduces the first tire with a lifetime tread life warranty. The new all-season InfiniTread. Its tread is guaranteed for as long as you own your car. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR.
Right now, get a $40 introductory manufacturer's rebate from Goodyear when you buy 4 InfiniTread radials, Goodyear's longest-wearing passenger tire. That's $40 on 4 Goodyear InfiniTreads. But hurry, this Goodyear offer ends soon.
You can just pick up a Napa part and feel the quality. When you look at the price, it feels even better.
Pick up your share of quality products at Napa's Red, White, and Blue sale. With Napa Motor Oil, only 89 cents a quart. Contoured-style bug shields for a low $29.99. And a combo pack of no-touch tire and wheel cleaners, just $2.99 after rebate. So come, save some green at Napa's Red, White, and Blue sale.
Today's exclusive coverage of the Winston Motorsports 300 on TNN is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. At Napa, we keep America running.
Your 24-hour NASCAR Garage Pass is at NASCAR Online before, during, and after the race. It's on the World Wide Web at NASCAR.com. Getting set for the restart. Randy LaJoie, David Green, Nathan Butke, and Jason Keller have had quite a battle for third place.
Black flagging.
And we're under green. LaJoie takes off, single file restart. But for those lap cars. Let's check with Randy on Nathan Butke.
Well, he has heavy right front damage from that previous wreck, and he does have some smoke coming in the race car right now. They got the black flag out for someone on the front stretch as well, but Butke says smoke is coming in the car. It may be tire smoke.
I'm looking at Nathan Bucky's car. I do not see any smoke on the right front as he come by. There's a lot of damage there, but you don't see any smoke on the right-hand side. It may be rubbing inside the wheel well.
Shane Hall gets the black flag for moving up on the restart, I believe. He is shown as a one-lap down car. We'll check on that. David Green keeps up the pressure. Randy LaJoie has been known throughout his career as a driver that is tough to pass.
You see David Green's car down the back straightaway here. He is just a little bit quicker than Randy LaJoie, but getting that perfect position to make that pass, Randy LaJoie was brought up on this type of racetrack. He'll be very hard to get by.
And here's Green putting the blade of that Caterpillar Chevy down on the bottom. Nothing there. Once again, Green looks to the low side, breathes the nose of the car, but LaJoie, from the high side, buddy, really gets a jump off the corner.
I'm telling you, Nathan Bucky's car is the fastest car out there right now. He gives David Green a little tap in the back end. The car is working very well. He may have a little bit of rub, but I'll tell you, it's not hurting the performance at all.
And David, and around, Bucky saves it.
Mike, I see water coming out of the overflow. He's hurt the radiator on that car. It won't be very long before he has to come in the pits.
That's the 66 Duraglass Chevy, but Green, something's wrong. David Green may have cut down a tire. The field is streaming past him. Tommy Houston goes by. Hermie Sadler goes by. The wounded Caterpillar Chevy. Radio chatter on David Green. Doesn't want to pit under the green flag.
He has some damage on the left rear corner there, but I don't see anything right at the moment. But he must have a tire going flat or something.
When he and Bucky got together, it allowed Kevin LePage and Jason Keller to slip past into second and third. Now Tommy Houston and Hermie Sadler go after Bucky.
See Kevin LePage there in the 88 car. He's running in third place. That's the best he's run so far this year.
Let's show you the replay. You'll see where Bucky gets into Green. Going down into the corner, left side of your screen. There's the hit.
Whoa! Good catch. You see the water coming out of the right rear corner there. He is running hot at the moment. It won't be very long before he has big trouble.
They black flagged him, buddy. Nathan Bucky is on pit road. They're going to put right sides on it. Clear that fender. Trouble in turn 2. Green, the tire finally went down on his car, and he slapped the wall. We are still under Green. No caution.
Mike, this is your current leader in the points right now. This is very, very, and also the last race before the halfway point of the year.
I don't know, buddy. Those tires aren't down. He looks like he's broken something in the right front.
Well, he hit the wall pretty hard. You can see the cement dust on the right front and right rear.
I thought it looked like he cut down a tire and shot into the wall.
Whoa, he hit pretty hard there. That probably damaged quite a bit. They'll have to work on it a little bit to get it ready.
Let's go to the leaders, where Randy LaJoie has his hands full of Kevin LePage in the 88.
How about that? From the teddy bear to the 88 car, and he is doing just fine, thank you.
Ran his own team last season.
And just behind them, that's Jason Keller in the Slim Jim car. He's having the best run of all year right now. Jason Keller, he's been waiting on this type of run.
Now Hermie Sadler in the DeWalt #1 goes after Tommy Houston, the Suburban propane Chevy. This is for 4th place.
Boy, Tommy Houston has many, many miles here in South Boston. He'll move up to the front before the day is over.
And here comes Dick Trickle as you ride along.
Watch his hands in the corners here. I mean, he is working that baby over there. We watched him a little while ago. As he goes down in the corner, you can see him. He's really fighting that car right at the moment.
4th, 5th, and 6th place. Right there. Sadler trying the bottom. And they get back single file. These cars are about a second behind the lead battle, which is heating up as well. 4th, 5th, and 6th place. And up front, Jason Keller has caught the 2 leaders. That side-by-side racing with LePage in 88 and Randy LaJoie in 74 has brought Jason Keller in the Slim Jim Chevy right to them.
Mike, what that does, that takes the preferred line away from both of them. When you have a guy on the inside, you can't turn down and use the ultimate line across the racetrack, so both of them lose distance to the third-place car.
Right now, buddy, it looks like where LaJoie is beating them is from the middle of the corner off.
They better worry about these guys that are coming just behind them. Here comes LePage again, trying to take the lead away from Randy LaJoie. Now you see LaJoie has the preferred line down the back straightaway, pulls about a car length, getting in the corner there.
And Keller is right there watching and waiting.
You know, as hard as they're racing right now, they know they have to maintain a pretty good pace around the racetrack, but they do not want to use these tires before they can get some fresh rubber on these tires. So what they have to do is really be conservative and run as hard as they can, but not do stupid things right now to get the car loose or pushing.
David Green is back in the race. He lost 9 laps during that long stop on pit road to repair right front damage. 2 minutes and about 30 seconds. The time on pit road. Here's LePage making the move down into turn 3. He has position on LaJoie this time.
Whoa, they almost made contact getting in the corner there. You see LePage is using that very, very low line. That's hard on the tires.
Come on, buddy. This is short track. Almost doesn't even count.
Jason Keller's saying, go ahead, race like that. I got the better tires right now. I'll make it 3 wide here in a second.
He just might. You know, you talk about Randy growing up on a short track. Heck, every driver here grew up on a short track like this.
You know, it's nice to see the short track still maintain a place in racing, because without these type of racetracks, you wouldn't have the competition level that you have anymore.
I agree. This is great. Jeff Purvis up on the outside of Jeff Fuller. That's for 7th place. There's the battle, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Nose to tail. Here's Chad Little. Now, he started in 30th position. He's up to 12th in the John Deere number 23. And he's hounding Larry Pearson, last night's big home run hitter in the charity softball game. And they're right behind Phil Parsons. Parsons is 1 lap down after that spin.
Now, you see Chad Little taking a very, very low line through the corner and able to keep up with Pearson as they run through the corners. He's really making ways through the field here. He's worked his way from very far back, and now he's running right as fast as leader is.
But you see, when he goes to the bottom, that's the short way around and not necessarily the fast way around. Interesting racetrack. Back up front, Randy LaJoie still has Kevin LePage on his bumper. Jason Keller is 3rd, and look, Tommy Houston, Hermie Sadler, and Dick Tribble have caught them. We'll be right back.
My car broke down in who knows where, New York, and I had to get my son back to his mom. This nice lady stopped, drove us back to her Parts Plus store, got the tools and parts, even held the flashlight while I fixed it. Wouldn't take any money. If she treats everyone like that, she's going to be very, very successful.
Parts Plus. Not just parts. Parts Plus.
Very bad dog. Bad, bad dog. Very bad dog. Oh, dear.
It's country music's biggest night. Join host Martina McBride, Gloria Morgan, and Sawyer Brown's Mark Miller. It's the 30th annual TNN Music City News Country Awards, live Monday, 8 Eastern, only on TNN.
Conley RV invites you to come out and see what's new, like our brand new parts and accessories store with everything for any RV. What's new? Our new lot makes us twice as big, with the best names in motorhomes: Vectra, Itasca, Vogue, and Prevost conversions by Vogue. We also house a variety of quality used motorhomes. What else is new? How about our newly expanded service department with 8 full bays? including lift equipment for 45-foot buses. Conley RV Center is proud of our new look, so come see what's new at Conley RV.
Cortez Plaza, Bradenton.
Randy Porter has just spun his UniFirst uniforms forward in turn 4 down at the bottom. No caution. Stay under green. 88 laps complete here as the field moves past Porter. Randy LaJoie has led every lap. Kevin LePage right on his bumper. The first 7 cars, buddy, are nose to tail.
Mike, it looks like a race at Talladega. I've never seen the lead car stay this close. Randy LaJoie is getting a little bit loose getting into turn 3. See Kevin LePage trying to get that angle to get by him. I think right now Randy's holding up the field because these guys are right on his tail there. See Hermie Sadler trying to go into 4th place.
And the fans come to their feet for their hometown hero as Sadler gets underneath Jason Keller. Kevin LePage has to come down to the bottom to hold off Sadler. The battle is side by side for 3rd. Sadler under Jason Keller, and Hermie has found a car that works on the bottom.
Boy, there's a lot to be said about knowledge on a racetrack. He and his brother both have raced 1,000,000 miles here, and you can see right now he's got his car hooked up.
Hermie Sadler is coming to the front after starting in 10th place. Lap car, not a factor. Underneath, it is now LePage for the lead. LaJoie continues to get that good run off the corner.
Boy, it looks like you're drafting out there. This is great racing.
Oh, boy.
Hermie Sadler makes it 3 wide.
And almost takes the nose off LePage's car. What a move by Sadler. He's into 2nd place. I don't think it'll be long.
Boy, bragging rights at home is good, and a good feeling to get up there and take a chance to move into the lead.
Shane Hall brushes the wall, turn 4. He's running way up the top of the racetrack. They should have no trouble finding their way past him. And now the lead 10 cars are nose to tail. Bumper to bumper. Jeff Purvis continues to work his car down on the flat. This is wild. This is great. You know this is just going to explode at any second here.
Any second now. Exactly right. Here comes Chad Little on the bottom. He's still moving up through the pack here. You see David Green. He lost some time a while ago, but he's back in the race there in the 95 car.
Chad trying to move up to 11th past Larry Pearson. Purvis up in the loose stuff at the left of your screen. He gathers it back in, but loses 1, maybe 2 spots as Jeff Fuller pulls underneath. Well, it's all one battle, folks. You don't have to choose which one to watch. It's all one big string fighting for 1st through 12th now.
Mike, you see Jeff Fuller there in the 47 car. He actually spun out a while ago, but he's right back up with the lead cars again.
Up in 7th place. For the lead, Sadler underneath. Randy LaJoie, here he comes.
Yeah, and you can see he's very, very tight as they head into turn 3 over there. Hermie's using up as much racetrack as he can. Good, hard racing here.
Sadler didn't quite lead that lap. Carries LaJoie up the racetrack in 1. LaJoie good off the corner. Pulls 3/4 of a car length, but not clear. Sadler's still there.
He's right there, and all he has to do is flip one time, make any contact at all, and you see Jason Keller there in 3rd. He's ready to pounce.
Wheel marks on just about every car early in the going here. Todd Bodine has moved up to 6th. He's right in the battle behind Tommy Houston with 3 victories on this track. Nobody is sitting down. LaJoie establishes that lead.
Now you see Jason Keller trying the outside on Hermie Sadler for 2nd place.
Whoa! Sadler comes up, holds that 2nd spot. Now it's Todd Bodine's turn in 6th. He is getting underneath Tommy Houston in the middle of that pack. Cape Canaveral cruise line machine. A Ford trying to get past. What a great run for Tommy Houston today.
You're riding with Dick Trickle going down into turn 3. Look at these cars, how close they are. The first 10 cars are welded together.
And they are starting to slide, buddy. They've got 100 laps on these tires. And things are starting to slip slide around. Trickle on the bottom, the 4 car of Jeff Purvis and David Lee Murphy moving up on the outside. Jason Keller down to the bottom, head hunting for second spot.
Everybody wants a piece of that first place, and Randy LaJoie is able to hold them off. He made 3 or 4 runs at him, different cars, but he's still out in the lead.
This is fun. Side by side for 5th. Bodine may get Tommy Houston here. Before we come back, we'll be right back to South Boston Speedway live on TNN.
I'm the King Grill.
Oh, yeah?
Baby, you know who's boss. Give me a 2-inch thick T-bone with spicy, hanging, Heinz 57 steak sauce.
Yeah, you're cooking now.
Let's eat.
Yeah. To protect your engine, remember, pure oil now, pure oil later.
Pure later.
Peerless Faucet didn't come up with the idea for a spout long and high enough to reach over and into large objects. We merely adapted it for the kitchen. High-rise faucet designs by Peerless. Get more out of your faucet than just water.
There's more soap residue in your clothes than you think. So you'd better call Rain Soft.
I'm the King Grill.
Oh, yeah?
Baby, you know who's boss. Give me a 2-inch thick T-bone with spicy, hanging, Heinz 57 steak sauce.
Yeah, you're cooking now.
Let's eat.
A lot of folks in Johnson City, Tennessee will tell you when you need a part for your car, go to AutoZone. The parts are top quality, the prices are low, and the people are helpful, like Gary Jennings. You see, when it comes to auto parts, folks will tell you Gary really knows his stuff. Oh, sure, they know there are other parts stores in town, but when it comes to getting the right part, the right price, and good advice from folks like Gary, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
9.
Today's exclusive coverage of the Winston Motorsports 300 on TNN is brought to you by the more than 1,300 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. And by tangy Heinz 57 steak sauce. Let's eat.
Here's what happened just a few moments ago for the lead. Down the back straightaway.
Hermie Sadler gets that position on LaJoie. You see him touch just a little bit. He moves him up just enough to get that good angle up off the corner. He starts to make the pass there, but Randy holds it down going into turn 1. Now watch off the back over here. He gets that car in good position, takes the lead.
So Hermie Sadler becomes the second leader of this race and is pulling away. There's a lot of smoke from the rear of Nathan Butke's car. He's had to park the Duragloss machine after a great effort, but he is overheating as a result of some of that contact.
They could ask me a long time ago. I saw the water coming out of it 40 laps ago.
So look at the lead Hermie Sadler has now, buddy. David Green trying to get a lap back. He is 10 down to the race leader.
Well, now what Hermie Sadler has to do is not use up his tires. He can see the second place car in the mirror. He needs to pace himself and really ride just enough out there not to abuse his car. In other words, run a David Pearson type race.
Right.
Open pit.
Chad Little trying to get underneath Jeff Fuller. Trouble in turn 3. Curtis Markham has spun the Hensley car. The Lysol Pontiac, again, no caution. A quick spin and go. For the Fredericksburg, Virginia driver, he was in 12th place.
Look at Chad Little there with Jeff coming off the corner. You can see that Fuller's car is dented in pretty hard in the door there. I don't think that comes from the 23 car, though. They've been contacted by several cars today. He got into a little trouble with Billy Engel earlier in the race, and that's where the 47 got the damage.
You're riding with Dick Trickle now. He has backslid a bit, and Jeff Purvis goes behind the wall, or onto pit road, rather. This was quite a surprise. that Purvis should come in. He gives up 7th place. Hitting.
They're going under the hood. Apparently, he's got a problem with the engine also. You see him looking under the front of the car there. Look at this race right now, Mike.
Jason Keller underneath Randy LaJoie. This is for 2nd place.
Boy, Randy LaJoie is about like trying to pass Jimmy Spencer. He really races very, very hard. And you know what? They're not bumping into each other and all to make a position there. Randy's holding his own. He's driving a good, very head-up race. And you see Jason Keller very clean on the bottom.
A lot of time left. 5 cars here are battling for 2nd spot. Keller's 57, LaJoie in the 74, LePage in the 88, Todd Bodine 81, and Tommy Houston in the number 6. Side by side and side by side.
Todd Bodine takes the, I guess that's the 5th spot right now. He's moving up very well.
Give a call to Tommy Houston, 51 years old, and he just moved up past Kevin LePage. Houston can still get the job done.
He can do that. Todd Bodine's on a mission right now. He's running in 5th spot. You see him in the frame there, number 81. You see him trying to make a pass here.
Turn 2, Buckshot Jones has spun the Aquafresh car. No caution. We stay under green as he gets away. And that thins out that battle just a little bit. David Green got one of his 10 laps back from Hermie Sadler that time. Todd Bodine inside of Randy LaJoie in the back straightaway. And that will be 2nd place.
Boy,
Bodine just goes cruising on through.
He went from 5th to 2nd in no time whatsoever. You talk about a car that's hooked up on long runs. That is Todd Bodine in the 81 car leading this group right here.
He is 2.5 seconds behind Hermie Sadler. Bodine missed the last 15 minutes of practice due to an electrical problem. They had a loose ground on the car, found it before qualifying. Here comes Houston on the bottom.
Mike, I was telling you a while ago, I thought that LaJoie was holding him up just a little bit. Now some of the cars are getting by him and they're driving right on the way. I think Randy LaJoie needs fresh rubber on that car.
Here's your Napa Field standing update. Napa Auto Parts. We keep America running. Here's how they're running. At lap 128. All these cars are on the lead lap back through 20th place. Ooh, a little bump and run there.
Boy, they've been doing this for the last 10 laps. They've been side by side. You see Chad Little there under Fuller crossing it up, coming off the turn 4.
Yeah, he kind of tractorized him there just a little bit. And Chad trying to get the grip on the bottom and go, but here comes Larry Pearson. Puts his Stanley Tools Chevy into the mix. And Chad is not advancing from that bottom groove. Not right now. Back up front. Hermie Sadler pulls down on Rodney Combs to put the Lance Snacks machine a lap down. And we'll be back with you at South Boston right after this.
Race fans, enter the Pocono Raceway Promotion Engine Treatment Fantasy Sweepstakes and have a chance to win trips for 2 to the July 21st Miller 500 at Pocono, the August 3rd Brickyard 400, and the 1997 Daytona 500, plus $5,000 in cash. To enter the sweepstakes and receive free Promotion Engine Treatment literature, call toll-free 1-800-800-0987 or send your name, address, and phone number on a 3x5 piece of paper to this address. For a complete set of rules and a free Pocono Raceway ticket brochure, call 1-800-RACEWAY.
For cars that can benefit from higher octane, Texaco Clean System 3, Power Plus, and Power Premium gasolines are formulated to clean your engine's intake valves, fuel injectors, and combustion chambers while you're driving. For smooth starts and sure acceleration, just give us 5 tanks. And you may feel like you've left your old car behind.
Oh, add more life to your car. Take it to the star.
When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what should I be? Shall I be handsome? Shall I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera.
Just because your dreams have been crushed doesn't mean your boys have to be. 100% cotton, cut for comfort. Fruit of the Loom. Really, really comfortable underwear.
One of these hammers is jacketed in high-impact polycarbonate. The other one is broken.
The fiberglass jacket at Hammer from Stanley.
Hey, you're a guy, and guys want to stay cool. How do you do it? With new Speed Stick Gel, proven to keep you drier than any other gel. It's the best gel protection. New Speed Stick Gel, just for the guys.
Buckshot.
Welcome back to South Boston Speedway, where you can meet your favorite driver at the TNN Salute to Motorsports, June 26th through 30th at Opryland. Call weekdays 615-889-6611 for details. Caution is just out.
That's Buckshot Jones in the 00 there. Look at the damage to the left rear corner of that car. But I'll tell you, the leaders are glad to see this. It'll look like feed time at the zoo when just a few laps from now. Get fresh rubber on all these race cars.
It looked like they squeezed too hard on that tube of Aquafresh for Buckshot Jones. Spun up into the fence. Another young driver who had a great start, but an early finish is with Randy.
Nathan Bucky gave it a great run while you're out there. What happened?
Well, I tell you what, the car was handling superb. We've been having problems with the car this year, and we just, got the car working great. And they were being a little bit rough out there. I just gave David a little nudge, and I don't know what happened, if he just let off the gas or something happened. I got into him, and then, man, they got a hole in the radiator, and then the water was running 260, so it ended our day.
Tough break today.
Buddy's called it a zoo, and look at this. It is double wide service at Pit Road at South Boston. Quick stop for Patty Moise and Jeff Fuller. Out they go. Chad Little can't get out. The 99 having trouble getting out. 57 Keller is blocked in, and he is not happy about it. He can't go anywhere. Jeff Green gets away, and they're trying to push Glenn Allen's car. Chad Little can't go anywhere. Neither can Dick Trickle. And David Green trying to get in. We will be right back to South Boston after this.
A lot of people who work on their cars will only shop at AutoZone. They depend on us for the best quality parts and low prices every day. They come in, get what they need, and then get back to work. Because you see, they believe if you want the job done right, you do it yourself. Well, at AutoZone, we couldn't agree more. Because when you take the time and the effort to work on your car yourself, you ought to be choosy about where you shop. We just thank you for choosing AutoZone.
Get a grip on it. Tools that built the USA. Get a grip on it. Then you can be your best today. Grip on it.
When you need a grip on life's little challenges, get a grip on Channel Lock.
Bug Be Gone from Ortho, the only ready-to-use diazinon bug killer that kills virtually any bug anywhere.
Highway transportation for the TNN crew provided by Cedar Ridge RV Center, Branchfield, New Jersey. They feature Winnebago motorhomes and this new Vectra you see on the screen. Call 1-800-988-4884 and you'll see why Cedar Ridge is the choice of champions. Commercial transportation for today's telecast is provided by Ryder, the official transportation company for Opryland. Well, buddy, a tense situation on pit road and some very upset crew chiefs. Jason Keller got blocked in and lost 15 positions on pit road. You see way on the right side of your screen, Keller and the 23 can't get out and finally do get clear.
Mike, it's a miracle nobody was hitting this thing. I'm telling you, cars are going everywhere, crewmen running everywhere. Wow, most dramatic part of the whole race is right here.
Talk about needing eyes in the back of your head. Tough to be a Busch Grand National crewman some days. You're riding with Phil Parsons, the Channel Lock Chevy. He is one lap down after a spin that did not bring out a caution down the front straightaway. Not that it should have. I'm not suggesting that. On these short tracks, it's possible to have a single car spin down to the bottom of the racetrack, grab a gear, and get going without upsetting the entire field, and we've had several of those today. A lot of the teams have been in conference with the Busch Series officials down on pit road about what transpired there and about teams getting blocked in. Let's go to Randy with David Ift.
Well, you're right. There's a lot of hot crew chiefs down there. David's one of them. David, you guys got pinned in. What about it?
Well, I'm too old to be worked in this division too long to be run over in the pits. They need to get better pits or don't race these places.
You heard it.
And that's kind of the tough thing about these short tracks, buddy. There's not a lot of room here, and the pit stalls are not clearly marked or separated by a wall as they are on the larger tracks. You do pit on both sides of the speedway here, but it does create a difficult situation. The racing here is great. I think everybody wants to stay and race on the short tracks, but it is tough on the guys in the pits.
Well, Mike, today especially, there's so many cars in the lead lap. You know, normally you have 8 or 10, 15 cars that are 2 or 3 laps down, but here everybody's in the lead lap, and when they were able to come in the pits, there was just too many for the pits they have here.
19 cars are on the lead lap here, right? We're nearly half distance, and we're going to ride with Phil Parsons for this restart green flag. The leader, Patty Moise, in the Dial Purex car, or rather, excuse me, Tim Fedowa in the Kleenex car. Tim Fedowa is the race leader. Got out first, and he puts the Kleenex colors out front. Jeff Fuller had a quick stop, getting out second.
You know, Jeff may have just took on a couple of tires. I really don't know. I didn't see whether he took on 4 or not, but I can't tell you this. If he took on 4 tires, Fedowa will pay the price here in just a few laps.
Now, David Green right behind the race leader is some 10 laps down. Make that 9 laps down now. And Green will try to get one of those back from Fedowa this time, and does so. Coming to half distance.
Dennis Sutcher there in the 38 on the bottom. Trouble off turn 4.
Phil Parsons goes around. No caution. He grabs a gear and gets going.
Mike, that's the second time today Phil Parsons has been around in the 4th turn here. He's really having a tough time of it today.
We are halfway. It's an official event. Some clouds in the distance, but no advancing thunder showers at this time. Second place belongs to Fuller, and third is Randy LaJoie. 4 leaders in this race so far. Here's your Stanley mid-race recap, brought to you by Stanley. Since 1843, Stanley's been helping people do things right. 3 lead changes, 3 caution flags to half distance, and this is the first time that Tim Fedowa has led this year. Fedowa in the Doug Taylor, number 40 Ford. That is the car Patty Moise drove last year. My mistake, she's number 14 this season.
The 3 car there, that's Jeff Green. He's trying to work his way up towards the front. We're back in the pack just a little bit. There's races everywhere here, and it's good side-by-side racing. Dennis Setzer in the 38 there under Larry Pearson as they come off turn.
Second place, Randy LaJoie underneath Jeff Fuller.
Now, we know for a fact that Randy LaJoie took on 4 tires, and look at the advantage he has going down in the corner here.
Right, and buddy, I think Fedowa and Fuller only took 2 each because they were very quickly out of their pit stalls. So LaJoie reassumes the lead. Todd Bodine up to 4th. 5th is Tommy Houston. What a great day he's having. 6th is Hermie Sadler. 7th, Doug Hebron. Giving the Charlie Henderson car a good ride today. The Food Country USA 4th. Behind him is Jeff Green. Then Larry Pearson, Kevin LePage, and Jason Keller. Now, Keller has really climbed back up. He restarted in 18th position. And Keller is now up to 11th. 158 laps complete here at South Boston, Virginia. Watching Randy LaJoie back up front, leading Jeff Fuller and Tim Fedowa. We'll be right back.
Hey, is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it's my new Wagner Power Painter.
Well, can you edge with it?
Yeah, you can edge like this, or adjust it to control the paint up close. And when I'm done, I'm gonna switch nozzles and stain my deck.
do a lot of other jobs I've been meaning to do.
Well, does it clean up easy?
Yeah, it's quicker than you think.
Why am I painting this by hand?
Good question. Get a Wagner. I always use my favorite steak sauce. It's tradition. Every once in a while, I'm in the mood for something different. Something thick, robust, and hearty. Yeah, all right.
New A1 Thick and Hearty.
Get a tough case of athlete's foot, and you're benched. You get that itching, the cracking, the burning. That's when you want a medicine that acts tough. Boom! Tough Actin Tenactin. It cures even tough cases of athlete's foot. Get Tough Actin Tenactin.
It's country music's biggest night. Join host Martina McBride, Gloria Morgan, and Sawyer Brown's Mark Miller. It's the 30th annual TNN Music City News Country Awards. Live Monday, 8 Eastern, only on TNN.
The biggest comedy hit of the year is available right in your own home on pay-per-view. Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
Can you believe it?
It's primal.
I have vowed to take a life of celibacy.
It's savage.
Yummy.
It's uncivilized.
Help
It's comedy superstar Jim Carrey.
Can you feel that?
Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls on pay-per-view.
I talk to people who really know what they're doing. The parts bros at Discount Auto Parts. I depend on these folks, like Rich here. I know him, he knows me. He gets me the right part at the right price every single time.
Save on the 72-month battery, only $38.98. And get the low price on the Champion 900 battery, now only $54.88.
You work on your car? Go with the pros you know.
Go with the pros you know. At Discount Auto Parts.
Opryland is the official destination of NASCAR. For information, call weekdays 615-889-6611. There's the distance for the lead. Randy LaJoie ahead of Jeff Fuller. Two former New England modified aces. Fuller, a national champion in NASCAR's oldest division. A great race they put on last Sunday at Loudon, New Hampshire. Tony Hirschman winning. 168 laps complete here at South Boston Speedway. In third, Todd Bodine, and Bodine is closing fast. In fourth, the venerable Tommy Houston, a three-time winner here. In fifth, Hermie Sadler. And here's a look at Todd Bodine.
Well, Todd's got the weight turned up on this car right now. You see him, he's in third place. In your second place car there, the 47 is in second, and he's closing in 2 car lengths a lap.
Let's go to Randy in Todd Bodine's pit.
Well, they liked the chassis right from the beginning. I asked what kind of changes they made under the last pit stop. Very subtle. A pound of air in the left rear. That is it. Todd is definitely on fire and coming.
And he is in a hurry. He has left that second pack that now consists of Houston, Sadler, there they are, and Jeff Green. Doug Hevron has moved around Larry Pearson. Then Kevin LePage, Jason Keller, Dick Trickle, Mike Dillon, Glenn Allen, and Chad Little. Long gap there from fifth on back, or fourth on back rather. Big group. And no lap traffic ahead of the leaders, not for some time here. So here's Sadler down to the bottom on Tommy Houston.
Sadler, he can't really get back in the throttle, but he's trying to make a move as they go down into turn 3. You see him weave just a little bit. Hermie Sadler has a very good car right now.
So Sadler will take over fourth place, and Jeff Green goes for fifth against Tommy Houston. And you see that on the right side of your screen, Todd Bodine has taken second place away from last year's Rookie of the Year, Jeff Fuller.
Todd Bodine in the 81 right there has had the better car than anybody else out there after 15 or 20 laps of green flag racing. He comes in the back a while ago, right up to the front. He's flying around this racetrack at the moment.
Todd's short track resume is surprisingly not that long. Less than 100 races before he got tabbed for a Busch Series ride, and then moving on up to Winston Cup. Big pack here, and Doug Hevron has been the man on the move right there in that white number 75, the Food Country Ford. He picked off Larry Pearson, and here's Keller down to the bottom as you watch from Dick Trickle's car.
That's Kevin LePage in the 88 on the outside there. See Kevin losing quite a bit of ground there as Dick Trickle gets up under him as they head in turn 3.
Trickle is making that bottom groove work. He and Chad Little are about the only ones to make a lot of moves down on that bottom and make them work. There's the page. Lapped car ahead. Trickle's going to have to find a place to get in line. Moving up on Bill Engel. And he squeezes it in there as LePage lifts. Not that he wanted to, but a smart move under the circumstances.
Well, that's good short track racing. That's what makes this stuff so much fun.
Jason Keller looking, and here's the battle for third. Now, Hermie Sadler wants a piece of Jeff Fuller. We're not positive, but we believe that Fuller on that caution flag took on either no tires or 2 tires, and that Tim Fedewa did not take on tires, and Fedewa, who took the restart in the lead, has backed up considerably. He's back to 18th place, last car on the lead lap.
Fuller putting up a great fight on the outside there in the 47 car, but Hermie Sadler should get by him. It's just a matter of time. When you have better tires on your car than the car on the outside, you should be able to get the angle.
Well, for Fuller, who had a dream season last year and has only 1 top 10 finish this year, I think he's happy, buddy, just to be up in the front with a chance to race again.
Oh, it makes the driver feel so good. You know, when you have a horrible year and then have a great run like this, it makes you forget about all the bad runs.
Tommy Houston has cut down a tire. Houston, while running in 5th place, well, something has happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a tire. It's
it is
smoking
not.
Inside the car there with him.
Oh, what a horrible break. Yep, he's down pit road and is going to come around on the apron. And let's hope it's not the end of the day for Tommy. That takes him out of the top 5 and moves Jeff Green up into 5th, who is under pressure from Doug Hebron. They're going to go under the hood.
Not a good sign on a short track. When you raise that bonnet, you're 2 or 3 laps down before you can get her fixed, even if it's a minor problem.
Down it goes.
Boy, that looks like it's all over.
Nobody reached for a wrench. Here's that battle for 5th place. Jeff Green trying to hold off 2 cars. Dick Trickle in tow. That's Hebron and Larry Pearson in the Stanley car.
See Larry Pearson taking a wide line in the middle part of the corner. That's really taking care of those tires and not pinching the car down too much.
Seems to be working for him, but now here goes Trickle down to the bottom again, downstairs.
Well, Mike, that's what makes a lot of race car drivers great, is they're able to make an adjustment on his driving style. If the car is a little bit off up on the high side, you change the driving style and start working the lower groove. He seems to be running as fast as anybody right around the base of the racetrack.
But, buddy, would he use up more tire that way?
I would say so, because the groove is higher, and you'd see how much more rubber's in the racetrack on the high side there.
The leaders of lap pass Tim Fedewa. That no tire strategy has not paid off for the Kleenex team. He's gone a lap down. Jason Keller moving up the outside there on Dick Trickle. Great battle there from 5th place on back. We're closing in on the 200th of 300 laps here. We'll be right back with you live on TNN.
Race fans, enter the Pocono Raceway Promotion Engine Treatment Fantasy Sweepstakes and have a chance to win trips for 2 to the July 21st Miller 500 at Pocono, the August 3rd Brickyard 400, and the 1997 Daytona 500, plus $5,000 in cash. To enter the sweepstakes and receive free Promotion Engine Treatment literature, call toll-free 1-800-800-0987 or send your name, address, and phone number on a 3x5 piece of paper to this address. For a complete set of rules and a free Pocono Raceway ticket brochure, call 1-800-RACEWAY.
Hold it, Harry. You know you can't use Duraloop fuel treatment in your Indy car. It's an unfair advantage.
I'm not allowed to use this product in my Indy car, but in my road car, I want the Duraloop advantage.
Duraloop is scientifically formulated to clean, condition, and protect your fuel system for a smoother running engine with more power and less harmful emissions. Duraloop fuel treatment, tomorrow's technology today.
In the Stanley Laboratories, we find out just how good our decorative mirror doors are by opening and closing them over 100,000 times. Funny, isn't that the same way you do it? Decorative mirror doors from Stanley.
There's more soap residue in your hair than you think. So you'd better call your Rain Soft water treatment dealer today.
You and I have a lot in common. We're a lot alike. We're the same, you and me. I look at you, I see myself.
Pay too much for auto supplies and you'll feel like one too. Pep Boys has great prices. Son of a Gun Protectant, $4.99. Touchless one-step car wax, $6.99. And California Magic Duster, $8.99. 26,000 items at the guaranteed low price. Tires and service too. Pep Boys, everything but gas.
Today's exclusive coverage of the Winston Motorsports 300 on TNN is brought to you by Pep Boys. 26,000 items at the guaranteed low price. Tires and service too. Everything but gas. And by Rain Soft Water Treatment. Quality water for you and your family that's dependable by nature.
Randy LaJoie has Hermie Sadler closing in. He no longer has Todd Bodine on his bumper. And if you have any question whether Todd Bodine has matured as a race driver, watch him save this car.
See him coming off the corner here. Watch Buckshot get into the left rear corner, and around goes 81 of Todd Bodine. 360 and gone again.
You gotta like it. You gotta like that. Bodine managed to save the car, and he is in. He dropped back to fourth and has since passed Jeff Fuller. He's back up to third and headed back for the front. For the lead, turn 3. Hermie Sadler underneath. Randy LaJoie making the bottom groove work. He's got the lead back at lap 203.
Boy, and the crowd's loving it. They're standing up, they got their hands in the air. They're really happy. The local boy doing very well today.
Todd Bodine in third, and the next battle is back at fourth place. Jeff Green had a look at Jeff Fuller for fourth. Nothing there that time. And Jeff Purvis is back in the race. He is 90 laps down. Excuse me, 84 laps down. Well, LaJoie's trying to hang with him, buddy, but now that car is loose off the corner.
Yeah, Randy ran out there and got a pretty good lead, and Hermie Sadler was hung up with a lot of gap over traffic, and I think he saved his tires a little bit by not being out in front there for a while.
I think you're right. Jason Keller has been lifted from his car. He brought the Slim Jim Chevy to pit road. They are trying to find somebody to get in it in relief.
Mike, right there's the problem. See how the right side of that car is all dinged in? What it probably did is knock the crush panels in on the right side, and he's getting all the fumes off the tires. As you run the short track, that's very hard on you.
Well, they'll try to push that car out of the way if they can't get a relief driver for it. Big battle here as Jeff Green continues to try to work underneath Jeff Fuller. Doug Hevron is there, Larry Pearson, Chad Little, Kevin LePage, and you're riding with Dick Trickle. Squeeze play out of turn 2 at the front of that pack, 3 wide. Green keeps his foot in it, and they all fit in there somehow.
You see Jeff Fuller there in the 47. I bet he's wishing he had took on 2 more tires right about now.
He might be, buddy, but if he had, would he be up there?
Well, he was running third when he come in, and right now he's still running back in the pack here. And you can see Jeff Green is really working on him. Doug Hevron in the 75 there. He's trying to make a move on him. There's about 4 or 5 cars that are really racing hard.
Battle for 4th place here. Fuller has it. Hevron and Green want it. And that low groove's not going to work for Jeff Green in the good wrench number 3. What's the story on Jason Keller, Randy?
Well, you guys hit it in the booth exactly right. The crush panels were knocked in on the thing. He got some fumes. He sucked in some of that carbon monoxide, or a little bit of fumes at least, and he's definitely sick. The medical staff is on hand in his trailer. They're administering to him right now, but they're working hard on him, but Jason will be okay. He's just a lot of breath.
Thanks, Randy. Trouble turn 4. Phil Parsons gets tagged and spun around. Buckshot Jones got into the back of Parsons. No caution. Leader flashes past into turn 1. And we're staying under green. Turn 4. This will be a caution. Jeff Green and Kevin LePage got together with Jeff Purvis in the same spot. And Sadler brings them around to the yellow flag. Man. Let's show you what happened. They were 3 wide in the back straightaway a lap ago. That's why Green and LePage are having a little discussion there. Here's what happened.
Well, there was a lot of contact getting into turn 3 there. You see Jeff Green in the 3 car and Kevin LePage. They made contact getting into the corner. Boy, when you hit somebody getting in the corner there, it's a wreck.
Sadler is in the pits for right side tires, and they're spraying water in the grill. Randy LaJoie getting right sides. Todd Bodine right side tires. They're allowed 2 tires per position. Randy?
Also a wedge adjustment for Randy LaJoie. 4 tires, as you said. Todd Bodine pitting behind. Once again, the 4th pit down. The 99 car blocked in. Larry Pearson jumps out of the pits, follows out the 72 car. There goes LaJoie. He's out and away.
And this time it's Dick Trickle, who they put 4 tires on since he was somewhat blocked in there. We'll be right back to South Boston.
I'm the King Grill.
Oh, yeah?
Baby, you know who's boss. Give me a 2-inch thick T-bone with spicy, hanging, Heinz 57 steak sauce.
Yeah, you're cooking now.
Let's eat.
It came from the hills and back roads, a sound of generations that found its way to this humble stage and to the ends of the earth. That stage has grown to become Opryland USA, where fans come to the cradle for the vacation of a lifetime. Call now for passport package information and a free vacation planning guide. 1-800-882-3914. Opryland USA, America's country vacation destination.
When it comes to roping a steer, folks in Grand Junction, Colorado will tell you that Ron Markin can ride with the best of them. And when it comes to overhauling an engine or rebuilding a carburetor, well, he can do it all. You see, when Ron's not riding a horse for fun, he's turning a wrench for a living. So he buys a lot of parts, mostly from AutoZone. Sure, there are other parts stores in town, but Ron knows that when you want the right part for the right price, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
Hey, is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it's my new Wagner Power Painter.
Well, can you edge with it?
Yeah, you can edge like this, or adjust it to control the paint up close. And when I'm done, I'm gonna switch nozzles and stain my deck. Do a lot of other jobs I've been meaning to do.
Well, does it clean up easy?
Yeah, it's quicker than you think.
Why am I painting this by hand?
Good question. Get a Wagner.
I'm the King Grill.
Oh, yeah?
Baby, you know who's boss. Give me a 2-inch thick T-bone with spicy, hanging, Heinz 57 steak sauce.
Yeah, you're cooking now.
Let's eat.
Welcome back to South Boston Speedway. Mike Joy with Buddy Baker and Randy Pemberton. We're sorting things out after this most recent caution flag. Time for our Innovation in Motion, brought to you by Peerless Faucets. Get more out of your faucet than just water. Randy?
Well, if you were with us 1 week ago in Dover, Delaware, we documented the fact that how hot these Busch Grand National cars are because of the 9.5-to-1 compression engine. About 1,200 degrees at the tailpipes, coming out of the headers to the tailpipes. That means the transfer of heat up through the floorboard to the driver is just immense. They're trying to do all kinds of things to combat that, including 3/4-inch plywood under their heels. They've got all types of devices that they wear over their feet, but one of the most innovative things running here this weekend had to go to Tommy Houston. It's kind of a throwback. Just a little air duct. It went in the opera window, wrapped around his seat, and blew on his little feetsies. That was to keep him cool.
Hope you're staying cool down there, Randy. Getting set for the restart. Elliott Sadler has gotten into Jason Keller's car, the number 57, and 00 Buckshot Jones has been penalized 5 laps for rough riding.
Mike, as you can see, the lead cars are on the inside in Busch Grand National instead of the outside line. People on the outside are a lap down.
Doug Hebron, the former super modified ace from Oswego, New York.
Well,
Doug Hebron, the former super modified ace from Oswego, New York. Won a big race in the modifieds for Lenny Bowler, won several. Tim Fedowa gets spun around off of Larry Pearson, and the Kleenex car goes around to the back straightaway.
No caution as of yet.
Can he steer it? Can he fire it?
Yeah, he's fired up and moving again. No caution.
Dick Trickle lost a lap on pit road, we're told, and also Jeff Green is a lap down. Up front, Randy LaJoie trying to hold them off now. Hebron right there. Here comes Trickle on the bottom.
Look at Trickle on the bottom there, trying to move into third place. He's up under Hermie Sadler as they head down into turn 3. See Doug Hebron in 75 just in front of him.
Trickle flips the nose just a bit coming off turn number 4. Buddy Scoring has Trickle 1 lap down in the pits. Lost a lap, we are told, and he's trying to get that lap back.
Boy, oh boy, he had to lose in the pits. He hadn't lost anything on the racetrack. He's been up front all day long.
He gets past Sadler. 75 laps to go this time by.
I would imagine that Hermie Sadler would like to go ahead and get by Trickle at this part in the race, try and move up into second place here on Hebron.
Or if Trickle's running that hard opening doors, perhaps follow him up through. 75 to go.
They said that Elliott Sadler took over the 75 car, or 57 car of Jason Keller.
Mike McLaughlin comes into the top 10. There's his number 34 for the first time today. Royal Oak Charcoal Chevy.
Chad Little in the 23. He's been on the bottom part of the racetrack all day long, and it seems to work for him.
McLaughlin running against Dennis Setzer, the Lipton T4. Brad Akins and Bob Sutton.
Oh!
Top 10 car, and yes.
And don't get any closer than that, I'll tell you. Didn't have any brakes as he come down in the corner. You talk about gaining on Pearson. Whoa, Parsons, brother.
Now here's Hermie Sadler under Doug Hebron. Second place battle. Ooh, comes way up the racetrack on him.
Yeah, he used all the racetrack here, and Doug Hebron didn't fight that much. The 95 car there, that's David Green, the current point leader. He lost 9 laps not long ago, and he's not really in the fray here. But look at Todd Bodine fighting back in the 3rd spot there.
Bodine gets past Hebron. Move Todd Bodine up to 3rd place. There's Jeff Fuller, the Sunoco Chevy. He's in there as well in that top 5 battle. And Chad Little in 6th. So it's LaJoie looking for the Busch Beer halfway bonus money of $10,000 and looking for his 3rd win in 5 races.
Goodyear AquaTread revolutionized wet traction design. Now Goodyear introduces the first tire with a lifetime tread life warranty. The new all-season InfiniTread. Its tread is guaranteed for as long as you own your car. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR.
Right now, get a $40 introductory manufacturer's rebate from Goodyear when you buy 4 InfiniTread radials, Goodyear's longest-wearing passenger tire. That's $40 on 4 Goodyear InfiniTreads. But hurry, this Goodyear offer ends soon.
If you're trying to keep cool with Central Air over 10 years old, you must have money to blow. Thought so. A new Luxair high-performance Central Air or heat pump system could reduce your energy cost and save you money.
Ooh, why Luxair?
Dependable, affordable comfort comes from Luxair.
Can we come inside? We're cool. Mom.
Call your Luxair dealer and catch the NASCAR 99 Luxair Chevy in all the Busch Grand National Series races.
One of these hammers is jacketed in high-impact polycarbonate. The other one is broken. The fiberglass jacketed hammer from Stanley.
A tough case of athlete's foot can stop you in your tracks. You get that itching, the cracking, the burning. That's when you want a medicine and back stuff. Boom! Tough Actin Tenactin. It cures even tough cases of athlete's foot. Get Tough Actin Tenactin.
Think about it. We depend on our vehicles, yet most people know surprisingly little about car care. Well, get ready for Road Ready. the show that'll help you ensure your vehicle gets the kind of care and attention it needs. Join Mike Anson and Tricia Hessinger to see just how easy it is to tackle routine maintenance and small repairs. And be confident the job's done right. So get ready, road ready. Tomorrow, 12:30 p.m., 11:30 Central on TNN Motorsports.
Brought to you by Gladiator and Universal Luxury Bands, the official bands of tracks, teams, and drivers throughout the NASCAR world. Call 1-800-445-2825 for a dealer near you.
We're under caution as two former modified aces battled for fourth place. Doug Heveron here on pit road, taping up the Charlie Henderson car, and Jeff Fuller were battling for fourth place. And let's show you what happened. Going into turn number 3, there's Fuller on the inside, or that's out of the backstretch, and Buckshot Jones was on the bottom, and either Fuller tried to move up to clear Jones, or Heveron tried to move down to use Jones as a rolling pick. What happened?
Well, here they come out of turn 2. You see Fuller on the inside. They make contact there. Doug Heveron goes around, hits Buckshot in the right rear corner. Sometimes you're just in the wrong place.
This time Buckshot was. Both Heveron and Fuller trying to get to the same place at the same time. Here it is again, off turn 2. See, Heveron's well away from the wall. Fuller is coming up. Heveron's coming down. Two cars won't fit in that one space.
Wow.
Chad Little shoots past, and so does Mike McLaughlin and Dennis Setzer. Randy, here's today's AutoZone Tech Fact, brought to you by the more than 1,300 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, best parts in auto parts.
Over the past year or so, the rear sway bar has become the rage in the Busch Grand National Circuit, particularly when they run on the short tracks. 99% of the cars will run them when they run on a road course, but a lot of the teams are starting to utilize them on the short tracks. Now, you can run them under the rear fuel cell, and you can run them in front of the rear fuel cell, or you can run them above the fuel cell. Now, some of the teams like to hide them up there, like this one on the Jimmy Hensley, or the Jeff Hensley car. They hide it up there because they don't want anybody to know they have it, but now they know. A lot of teams are starting to utilize them, give them extra advantage, maybe a little something they can use to discuss between the crew chief and the driver to help set that car up.
Thanks to Randy.
Now everybody knows where it is. We're going to get set for a restart here in a lap or so. And let's show you what happened. Headed for turn 3. NASCAR assessed fault to Doug Heveron and held him one lap on pit road.
Mike, I don't think they blamed him for the wreck. I think they blamed him for a little altercation they had a lap later as they were riding around very slow. They rubbed fenders a little bit.
That's right. That's what the penalty was for. Not fault in the accident, but for the retaliation.
Right.
So Randy LaJoie now has Dick Trickle alongside, trying to get back on the lead lap. Hermie Sadler in second. And David Green was down on the bottom. That's going to halt Todd Bodine's charge toward the front. Todd is the third place car. Chad Little now fourth.
But Randy LaJoie has all he... Look at this, 3 wide as they come off the corner. Chad Little's very low going into turn 3 here.
He's under this man, Phil Parsons, that you're riding with. That's Team Tim Fedewa and the Cledex car up top. And Chad Little is still there, right under Phil Parsons. And here's McLaughlin looking 3 wide on the way bottom. 57 laps to go.
Beginning to be a little bump and run show as we get along near the end here. People are getting a little impatient. They're trying to make the moves, and it don't take much on these short tracks. Just a little bump and they'll turn you right around.
Chad Little continues to work Fedewa on the bottom. And they're still double wide back behind him. McLaughlin, Setzer, Fuller, Green, and Dillon, and LePage. Todd Bodine has a long way to go. He's got to get past the lap cars of David Green, who restarted with the lead cars in the low lane, and Dick Trickle if he's going to have any shot at the 2 leaders. Left side of your screen, that's Bodine trying to get past those 2 lappers. And here's Setzer and Fuller in the Lipton and Sunoco cars battle with Jeff Green and the Goodwrench Chevy. That battle is for 6th place. Buddy, it's getting down to crunch time, and I don't mean sheet metal.
Yeah, I know. A lot of these cars that have been running back in the pack right now, they're going to have to start moving, even though they know their tires are getting older, and they're running very, very hard. But you know, up front, Randy LaJoie was pulling away a while ago, and then he fell back. But right at the moment, you can see that car is hooked up, and I think Randy is pacing himself. Just behind him here is Hermie Sadler with a lot of track knowledge now. This thing's going to heat up in just a second, I think.
There are 50 laps to go as Randy LaJoie leads Hermie Sadler, Todd Bodine, and Trouble in One. We'll be right back.
A lot of folks in Johnson City, Tennessee will tell you when you need a part for your car, go to AutoZone. The parts are top quality, the prices are low, and the people are helpful. Like Gary Jennings. You see, when it comes to auto parts, folks will tell you Gary really knows his stuff. Oh, sure, they know there are other parts stores in town, but when it comes to getting the right part, the right price, and good advice from folks like Gary, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
Suddenly, there's Sunshine. Clean, shine, and protect your whole car in just minutes. Just spray and wipe, and wow, suddenly, windows are clean, water repellent, and streak-free. Suddenly, chrome sparkles, trim glistens, wheels shine. Suddenly, you're done. Now clean and shiny is fast and easy with Sunshine Auto Polish Treatment.
It's country music's biggest night. Join host Martina McBride, Gloria Morgan, and Sawyer Brown's Mark Miller. It's the 30th annual TNN Music City News Country Awards. Live Monday, 8 Eastern, only on TNN.
By now, everyone knows that Marine Surplus has just about any part or accessory for your boat, no matter how big or small. And everyone knows that Marine Surplus has over 21,000 square feet of boating supplies in stock. But did you know that Marine Surplus has been in business for over 10 years, and in that time has acquired a knowledgeable, experienced staff who can help you find just what you're looking for, or provide tips on making installation easier. So when you're looking for a part and maybe some helpful advice, think of the friendly people at Marine Surplus.
Not just cable anymore. Time Warner Communications is offering more channels at a better value. For only $1.95, you can get 3 channels that'll keep you laughing, crying, and holding your sides for days. 3 channels for only $1.95. You can find that much change in your car ashtray. Only $1.95, and you can get Comedy Central 24-hour comedy, including Benny Hill, Monty Python, and more. Flicks, the best movies from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And the Cartoon Network, all cartoons, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. All for only $1.95 per month. Call and order today. It's not just cable anymore.
The all-new and only official store of NASCAR is NASCAR Thunder at Gillette Pace Mall in Atlanta. Take a visit down there. Hermie Sadler got alongside Randy LaJoie a moment ago, and LaJoie got up in the loose stuff in turn number 1. Now, Chad Little's right behind them. You saw Chad Little spin just as we went to commercial, and folks, once we leave the commercial, sorry, but we got to go there. Little grabbed a gear and went. There was no caution. Here's what happened to Chad Little.
He just went around there. You'll see him spin back around, back across the track, put it in gear.
And gone. There was no caution from Phil Parsons' car.
Looks like he and Parsons might have made a little contact just entering the corner there. And, of course, once you get out of the groove here, it's very, very loose up top.
For the lead, Hermie Sadler tries to carry LaJoie up top. Didn't get it done that time.
He's trying outside, inside, whatever it takes right now. Randy LaJoie is fighting back hard, though.
Buddy, can he hold him off for 38 more laps?
Oh, they make contact getting in the corner.
And they're both around, and the new leader is Todd Bodine. Caution caution is out. Now they are still on the lead lap. If they grab a gear and get around before Todd Bodine gets there.
Talk to me. How's the car? How's the car?
Pace car will come out at lap 264. 36 circuits to go. In a tight battle for the lead, they just ran out a racetrack. Let's show you what happened.
See the number 1, a Sadler, going down in the corner. They make just a little contact getting in the corner there, and both cars go around.
Buddy, it looked like after the contact, LaJoie will start to spin, and then Hermie tries to drive his car underneath to get away from him, and his goes around too.
Boy, oh boy. I tell you, Randall LaJoie hit hard on the outside there. I don't know whether that car might have got a lot of damage to the left side.
So we are under caution for only the 6th time today, despite numerous incidents. We'll be right back.
Race fans, enter the Pocono Raceway ProMotion Engine Treatment Fantasy Sweepstakes and have a chance to win trips for 2 to the July 21st Miller 500 at Pocono, the August 3rd Brickyard 400, and the 1997 Daytona 500, plus $5,000 in cash. To enter the sweepstakes and receive free ProMotion Engine Treatment literature, call toll-free 1-800-800-0987 or send your name, address, and phone number on a 3x5 piece of paper to this address. For a complete set of rules and a free Pocono Raceway ticket brochure, call 1-800-RACEWAY.
To protect your engine, remember, pure oil now, pure oil later.
Pure oil later.
I always use my favorite steak sauce. It's tradition. Every once in a while, I'm in the mood for something different. Something thick, robust, and hearty. Yeah, all right.
New A1 Thick and Hearty. Leave it to Peerless Faucet to create a shower so smart, it can not only sense when a toilet has been flushed, it can also adjust the water temperature accordingly. Scald Guard technology by Peerless. Get more out of your faucet than just water.
You can just pick up a Napa part and feel the quality. When you look at the price, it feels even better.
Pick up your share of quality products at Napa's Red, White, and Blue sale. With Autolite resistor spark plugs only 69 cents after rebate. An Evercraft 25-piece toolkit just $15.99. And STP products free after bonus rebates. So come, save some green at Napa's Red, White, and Blue sale.
Today's exclusive coverage of the Winston Motorsports 300 on TNN is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. At Napa, we keep America running. And by Peerless Faucet. Get more out of your faucet than just water.
This has been a wild one. They just dropped the restart green. Mike McLaughlin now chasing Todd Bodine and trying to come all the way from the back of the pack. Randy LaJoie and Hermie Sadler. After that spin, there's LaJoie, and underneath Jeff Fuller, and 2 car lengths back is Sadler. LaJoie pitted. They could not put him on tires. They have none left to put on per the rules for today. And it is Bodine and McLaughlin up front. 29 laps to go. Time running out. As you see the rundown, Larry Pearson battling Sadler and Fuller right there. And Randy, John Munson, Hermie Sadler's crew chief, came down to talk to Steve Bird. What did he say?
Well, first off, Hermie came over the radio immediately after the contact when they both spun up here between 1 and 2. He said, I drove it in too deep into turn 1. Sorry about it. Munson came down, talked to Birdie, apologized. Birdie really didn't want to hear it, but he understood.
They've got 28 laps to try and get back to the front, and it's a long way to go because Todd Bodine's car has been hooked up all day.
He's hooked up very well, but Mike McLaughlin right behind him there in the 34 car is holding his own. He's been in the top 5 for quite a while now. He has a good race car. It could develop into a good run right here at the end.
Took McLaughlin 200 laps to get up to the top 5. But there he is in the C.C. Welliver and Gittler Royal Oak Chevrolet. He might have a shot at this. Jeff Green is coming up on that pack as well. Dennis Setzer or Curtis Markham. Green is lapped down, excuse me. Jeff Green is. They are saying they are on the lead lap. NASCAR is checking the scorecard. But Setzer is on the lead lap in the Lipton T Ford. Best run they've had in a while.
Good to see Setzer have a good run. He, like you say, look at this mess here. We're going down at Randy LaJoie trying to move back up towards the front. Doug Heveron in 75 car. Look at the damage on the nose of that car.
They don't care. Trouble in 3. Jeff Green got into Setzer, and Setzer goes around in turn 4. Car's running. He's trying to get down the racetrack.
No yellow. They're still under green.
And LaJoie moves on Doug Heveron in the back straightaway going for turn 3. LaJoie continues to climb the ladder. What a comeback from the back of the pack. Talk about roughed up. Look at the nose of Heveron's car. LaJoie makes the pass. Sadler, too, gets past Chad Little, continuing to move up. But Todd Bodine's ship has sailed. But for Mike McLaughlin, he has left the field.
Yeah, but look at McLaughlin. He is just about 4 car lengths behind him. He's actually a little bit quicker in the center part of the corner than Todd Bodine. Now, Todd may have him covered and just taking care of his tires for that last run right here.
19 laps to go. And for Randy LaJoie, it will take a caution flag. He is a straightaway behind the leaders. And in between Dick Trickle and Jeff Green. Not sure if they are on the lead lap, scoring saying they are not.
You see McLaughlin there. He's moving in on Todd Bodine. He's pulling it down to about 3 car lengths now. It's steady, but not anything really desperate here. But he is gaining on the lead car.
Getting close with 17 laps to go. Coming up next here on TNN, live race talk with Eli Gold, and guests will be Rich Bickle and Brian Repner, standouts from the Craftsman Truck Series of NASCAR. Buddy, we're going to have a fight for the lead before these 16 laps are done.
I'm telling you, McLaughlin's running a very, very smooth line around the racetrack. Todd Bodine's got a good smooth run. Now it's just who wants it the most. Look at 3 wide.
As they go past Tim Bedewa, David Green, who is 9 laps down, and Chad Little, who is on the lead lap. And Kevin LePage is right in there. Well, McLaughlin got to within a car length, but just can't get any further. Sadler up in the loose stuff, turn 2, loses a spot to Heveron. Just shoved it in there too hard and lost a position.
Mike, as I was saying, he just keeps closing in. It's inches now, but he is closing in on the lead car, Todd Bodine there.
Todd Bodine's last win was at Rockingham last October. He came from 3rd to 1st in one fell swoop, beating Mike Wallace and Johnny Benson in a 3-way photo finish. Mike McLaughlin has 1 career win on the Busch circuit, plus a national modified championship in NASCAR racing, and he is there.
Now, when you're running second like McLaughlin right now, the main thing you have to do is not make a bad move and break your tires loose and heat them up. You need to keep the tires under this car for that run and stay right with him. Let him make the mistake.
Larry Pearson trying to get under and get past Randy LaJoie. 3rd place right here.
Well, he got by Randy. I think Randy LaJoie may have knocked the toe end out just a little bit when he hit the wall a while ago. He hit it very hard.
Curtis Markham looks like he's going to post another top 5 finish. Great run for Curtis and the Jeff Hensley Lysol machine. Nine laps to go. And the battle first to second is bumper to bumper.
Mike, that's a bad feeling. Every time you look in that mirror, all you see is that red nose of McLaughlin right there. And I guarantee you, Todd's saying, don't make a mistake right now.
Well, it's rush hour in Boston. You know what that's like, except this is South Boston, and rush hour is over 100 miles an hour down these straightaways. Does McLaughlin have enough?
He's very good in this part of the racetrack, right in the center of the corner. Oh, he gets loose coming out of the corner.
6 to go. In third is Larry Pearson. In fourth, Randy LaJoy. In fifth, Curtis Markham. In sixth, Hermie Sadler. Seventh, Doug Hebron. Eighth is Chad Little. Ninth would be Kevin LePage. And 10th, Mike Dillon.
See McLaughlin make one little swerve just a second ago. He lost about 3 car lengths. He may run into some lap over traffic before this baby's over. That could have something to do with the outcome.
They're moving the lap traffic over already. Jeff Purvis gets out of the throttle to let the leaders pass without incident here at turns 1 and 2. They're going to come up on a battle as Jeff Fuller leads a pack of cars toward that tail end of the lead lap. Dennis Setzer among them. 3 to go. Moving in on traffic. Not much other change in the top 10. Traffic is there with 2 laps to go.
McLaughlin's back. He's back within a half a car length of the lead car right now, Todd Bodine. They're fighting their way around this racetrack. I don't believe that the lap over traffic, it is too. It's going to come into play as they come off turn 4.
White flag is waving. Todd Bodine hits the gas, comes off turn number 4, checkered flag. He wins it by a car length over McLaughlin. Randy LaJoy leads Curtis Markham and Hermie Sadler to the checkered flag. And Dennis Setzer and Jeff Fuller came across in a near photo finish. Todd Bodine will drive to victory lane in the Winston Motorsports 300. We'll meet him after this.
I'm the King Grill.
Oh, yeah?
Baby, you know who's boss. Give me a 2-inch thick T-bone with spicy, hanging, Heinz 57 steak sauce.
Yeah, you're cooking now.
Let's eat.
Enter the Performance Zone with split-fire Performance V spark plugs.
You hit your passing gear, you're gone.
Experts say split-fire Performance V spark plugs mean more horsepower and better mileage.
The difference in gas mileage has been fantastic.
Enter the Performance Zone only with split-fire Performance Vs, guaranteed. And for more power at any RPM, get split-fire Performance V twin-core wires.
Che bella cosa la dolce vita, volare la noche caliente en su esplendor suave.
God bless America. 100% cotton, cut for comfort, fruit of the loom. Really, really comfortable underwear.
A lot of folks in Johnson City, Tennessee will tell you when you need a part for your car, go to AutoZone. The parts are top quality, the prices are low, and the people are helpful, like Gary Jennings. You see, when it comes to auto parts, folks will tell you Gary really knows his stuff. Oh, sure, they know there are other parts stores in town, but when it comes to getting the right part, the right price, and good advice from folks like Gary, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
I'm I'm the king grill.
Oh, yeah?
Baby, you know who's boss. Give me a 2-inch thick T-bone with spicy, hanging, Heinz 57 steak sauce.
Yeah, you're cooking now.
Let's eat.
During the TNN Salute to Motorsports at Opryland, there'll be a big Motorsports memorabilia auction. You can bid on everything from autographed race tires to crew uniforms. Proceeds to the National Arthritis Foundation. For information, call Opryland at 615-889-6611 weekdays. 9th career victory in the Busch Series for Todd Bodine. Randy's in victory lane with him.
Just got done receiving hugs from wife Lynn and some other people and some high fives. Congratulations, Todd.
Thanks a lot. You know, we really didn't have the best car. Randy and Hermie, and too bad David got last down. They had the best car, but it just proves the fastest car don't always win. Cape Canaveral Cruise Line, this crew, I tell you, they've worked their rear ends off since the 10 weeks before Daytona just to get us to these races. The thing stays together, runs good, prototype motors. I mean, it's a group effort. You know, it's a group effort. I just got the luxury of driving it. I thought at the end there, I was getting real loose up off the corner. I thought Mike was going to get me. He was starting to get bites, and every once in a while he'd break loose, and that's all I needed.
Todd, can you put it into words what this means to you, your career, your wife Lynn, as much as you've been through over the last couple of years?
Well, it means a lot. You know, we won last fall at Rockingham, and we needed it then. We needed it now. You know, we really, by right, should have won 3 races by now. The crew stuck with us, the sponsors, everybody's been there. You know, it's a great relief, especially things we got going on for next year, so we're pretty happy with it.
Not hot in those cars, is it?
I'll tell you what, these 9-to-1 cars are twice as hot as any Winston Cup car.
Okay, Todd Bodine with a cool win here, though, at South Boston.
Well, they cruised away from the field, but for Mike McLaughlin, who was second. Larry Pearson, great drive for third. Randy LaJoie came back for 4th place. Curtis Markham, another top 5. Hermie Sadler came all the way up to 6th place. Chad Little wound up in 7th. Kevin LePage, 8th. Mike Dillon was 9th, and it was a near photo, but Dennis Setzer appears to have edged Jeff Fuller for 10th. Those cars were all on the lead lap. Well, Randy LaJoie had the lead, but he and Hermie Sadler got together. Randy is with Randy LaJoie.
Randy, how do you shake that off? Hermie came right over the radio, said he didn't mean it, and they apologized, but how do you shake that off?
Get back in the pack, tighten the belts, and try to make up as much ground that we lost. You know, we come back to 4th. I think we could have finished 3rd. Something started burning up in the ignition-wise inside the car. I had to shut everything off. The motor started running a little hot. So instead of burning it up, I just let Larry go, and hey, we did the best we can.
That's what championship seasons are made of. When you have something like this happen, you can come back to finish 4th in the same race.
You know, I don't know how many were left to go, but you know, we were good. We were better on short runs than we were on long ones, but hey, come out of here 4th after spinning around, tagging a wall. We'll take it. I'm pretty happy.
Randy LaJoie still on fire in the Busch Grand National season.
Well, you can see how he's maturing as a race driver. You know, a couple of years ago, he would have been pretty hot under the collar, and today he's just warm, very warm.
Well, Steve Bird's the reason for that. He keeps him calm, and he can win any race he goes into.
Well, they know you're competitive. And that is pretty good. David Green will lead Randy LaJoie by 30 points and pocket the $10,000 Gatorade halfway in the season bonus money. As things clean up here at South Boston. We'll be right back. Can you name the man in the picture? Is it Troy Donahue, Doug McClure, Buddy Baker, or John Boyd? We'll be right back.
For cars that can benefit from higher octane,
Frank, we're late.
Texaco Clean System 3 Power Plus and Power Premium are formulated to clean your engine's intake valves, fuel injectors, and combustion chambers while you're driving. For smooth starts and sure acceleration, just give us 5 tanks, and we think you'll see a difference. A word of advice, though. Maybe you'd better leave the windows rolled up.
Add more life to your car. Take it to the star.
In the Stanley Laboratories, we find out just how good our decorative mirror doors are by opening and closing them over 100,000 times. Funny, isn't that the same way you do it? Decorative mirror doors from Stanley.
Hey, you're a guy, and guys want to stay cool. How do you do it? With new Speed Stick Gel, proven to keep you drier than any other gel. It's the best gel protection. New Speed Stick Gel, just for the guys.
I didn't see it. I wouldn't believe it.
If I wasn't here, I wouldn't have believed it.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it.
These people just witnessed an amazing demonstration. We put this Duraloop treated engine through the ultimate torture test. We drained all the oil, all the water, then flooded it with a fire hose. It kept on running because Duraloop protects your engine like no other product can.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it myself.
Now let Duraloop make a believer out of you. Duraloop, peace of mind in a bottle.
That's right, that's exactly right. How am I supposed to explain that to the client?
We have no time.
This is Jeff.
Hi, it's me.
Hi, what's up?
How's work?
It's busy, very busy. What's up?
Well, do you want to meet me at home for lunch?
No, that's, I can't do that right now. I'm in the middle of something and I can't get away. It's a big meeting,
Uh-huh. Have you looked in your briefcase yet?
Oh, you're killing me. Come on.
I left you something this morning.
I'll be home in 10 minutes.
Today's exclusive coverage of the Winston Motorsports 300 on TNN has been brought to you by Texaco Clean System 3 gasoline. Add more life to your car. Take it to the star. And by Stanley. Since 1843, Stanley has been helping people do things right.
One of the folks at South Boston Speedway came up with this picture. I'm not sure how old the picture is, but that's a 1962 Chrysler being driven by Buddy Baker.
Mike, that's how I looked before I started working with you.
How long have you worked here, not counting tomorrow?
All right.
Let's go trackside, Randy Pemberton.
Well, David Green survives today. David, tough break for you. What happened early on there?
Well, I was sitting there riding, let Randy kind of use his tires and save those cat tires, but a bolt broke in the carburetor. Stuck the throttle wide open. For 8 laps, I was trying to pull it back and hoping for a caution, and I was just half throttle and pulling it up, and then I got run into, and it's all over. I couldn't hit the kill switch, pull the gas pedal up, hit the brake, and steer at the same time. So we hit the wall, but one of those freak things, you know, a little dollar bolt broke in the carburetor, let the air cleaner shift, but you know, the car has been up pretty bad after that, but we were able to stay up there with them for a while, but tough day.
Car was great. That happened, but nonetheless, you survived to continue with the points lead, pick up 10 grand from Gatorade for leading the halfway.
Well, again, thanks, Ed, and everybody at Gatorade for that money. And, you know, this is our rough time of the year, and maybe this is our bad time, and hopefully we can get it over with.
You don't think these guys are hot? Take a look at this. That's the first thing he took off when he got out of there. He's not kidding. He is hot.
And his feet are pretty burnt. But he has the point lead by 30 points over Randy LaJoie. Todd Bodine, third in the points, now 271 out of the lead. Phil Parsons, fourth. Curtis Markham, fifth. Larry Pearson, Jeff Purvis, Glenn Allen, Chad Little, Jeff Green, the top 10 or so at halfway in the season here. The Busch Series moves on to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, June 22nd, Watkins Glen, New York on June 30th, and Milwaukee to lead off July. Bodine, McLaughlin, Pearson, LaJoie, Markham, the top 5. Hermie Sadler battled back for 6th. Chad Little, Kevin LePage, Mike Dillon, Dennis Setzer. Jeff Fuller, last car on the lead lap. Jeff Green, Doug Hebron, Dick Trickle, Phil Parsons, 15th. Tim Fedewa, Bobby Dotter, Shane Hall, Glenn Allen, and David Green, 20th. Jason Keller with relief from Elliott Sadler, Bill Engel, Buckshot Jones, Jeff Purvis, and Rodney Combs, 25th. Randy Porter, Tommy Houston, Mark Green, Nathan Butke, and Chris Diamond, 30th. Mike Harmon and Elliott Sadler rounded out the field. The rest of the weekend on TNN, race day tomorrow at noon and again at 10 p.m. Eastern. Road ready at 12:30 tomorrow. Trucks and tractor power at 1 o'clock. Sam and Dave with the best of Shade Tree Mechanic at 1:30. And then live from Topeka, Kansas, NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series action at 2 o'clock. The Lund Look 225 tomorrow. Next, Race Talk with Eli Gold. Truck racers Rich Bickle and Brian Reffner. And, buddy, a wild day here at South Boston.
Boy, oh boy, it was everything a short track race is supposed to be. And congratulations to Todd Bodine.
For Randy Pemberton and Buddy Baker, I'm Mike Joyce. So long from South Boston, Virginia.